Hey, I'm Dave Klein of GameZombie.tv, and I'm here with Mac Walters, a lead writer for Mass Effect 2. Now, Mac, you worked on the previous Mass Effect. Can you tell us if there's any differences or harder or easier to work on the second iteration of the game?
Right. There's definitely challenges and stuff like that. I think one of the things that happened with the first game is you're dealing with a brand new universe, so you're just trying to create something from nothing. So that was a big challenge in the first one. What do you narrow it down to? Even just if you say the sci-fi genre, that's huge, right? The nice thing about Mass Effect 2 was that we had that base, we had a foundation, we knew where we were headed, we knew we were going in the storyline. But then at the same time, you're also balancing that. Well, how do we build on what we have, and how do we add something new at the same time? So I'd say, I don't know if it was more or less challenging, but there are different challenges in it.
Okay, so if you have, say you have a couple characters they made, or a few, can you translate all of those over to the new Mass Effect?
At this point, I believe if you have a save game at the end of the game that you've made, you can then start Mass Effect 2 with that character. One of the big things that we've done is the choices that you had in Mass Effect 1 actually impact some of the things that happen in Mass Effect 2. They carry over, right? The big example is, well, everybody remembers Rex from Mass Effect 1. What happens if I killed him? Well, find out.
Okay, now for this new game, do you have more dialogue choices that you can do because now you have more time to work on that as opposed to the backstory?
One of the things we wanted to do is always kind of push towards getting something that is more conversational. You know, it's hard when in a game because you're always doing exposition. You're trying to tell the player what to do. But how can we do it in a way that feels natural for conversation? And so one of the things we started to do is we worked more closely with our cinematic design team and the cinematic department and said, let's start thinking of each of these conversations in terms of scenes, like you would think of them in terms of a movie, instead of just, this is a character and he has this information to give across. And we have a great facial animation system now, we've got gestures. Sometimes you can just get stuff across with a look that would have taken words before. So let's see if we can do that, just to make the experience more cinematic and more what people are used to if they're, been to the movies or something like that.
So is it hard when you come up with a bunch of choices and the design team's like, oh, now we have to do this much more?
Yeah, it's going to be interesting going forward. There's so many choices that we have to account for every time we make a new one. It's just like, wow, okay, well, we got to think about everything that happened in the first one and carry it forward.
All right, so when can everyone look forward to a release of the game?
Well, I believe we're still scheduled for the first quarter next year. So yeah, we're still on target.
All right, great. So thank you. So again, first quarter, sometime 2010. Look forward to Mass Effect 2.
GameZombie TV.